And now for something completely different. A comedy duo with a growing reputation and an economic critique of America on matters of inequality, poverty, and race. Our economics correspondent Paul Salmon caught up with the Lucas brothers as part of our weekly series, Making Sense.
A comic take on a scary, albeit exaggerated, stat.
We read 1 out of 3 black dudes get shot or killed before they turn 34. We just turned 33. Sure. It's getting close. That's right. That's right.
Keith and Kenny Lucas, a.k.a. the Lucas Brothers, an identical twin comedy team unafraid to tackle tough subjects.
We're going to have to get a little serious. A little serious. Not too serious. Not too serious.
From violence to economic inequality.
The town that we're from, Newark, New Jersey, was voted the 3rd most dangerous city in the country. And we found that out. We were very disappointed. Yeah. Because we thought we were going to get the #1 rank in this shit, you know?
The duo has been on the rise these past few years. First with an animated TV series, the Lucas Brothers Moving Company.
Look who it is. It's us. We're here to help you move.
Then roles in the movie 22 Jump Street.
Jinx, buy me a Coke.
Recently, their Netflix special, On Drugs.
You should never do shrooms with a dude who looks like you, man. I'm telling you.
But here's where they grew up.
How you feel to be back? I mean, I feel good, man.
Inner city, Newark, New Jersey.
It's been forever. 5 years, baby. I know. Brick City. Man, we stayed on the 4th floor. This ain't Hollywood, man. Not at all. The opposite of Hollywood, right?
That stark contrast between the poverty of their hometown and the wealth of Tinseltown, where they now live and work, has inspired their latest stand-up routine, playing earlier this month at New York City's Comedy Cellar.
The high school we went to was even worse. Oh, yeah. It was ranked 331st out of 339 according to Inner City Weekly. Yeah. We thought about it, like, how those other 8 schools? Yeah, why were they worse than us? I feel kind of like nostalgic.
Encouraged by mom and guidance counselors, funded by loans and a scholarship for students from poor areas, Keith and Kenny Lucas were able to leave home, eventually study philosophy and economics in college.
You have any survivor guilt?
Sort of, I mean, because, you know, people, you grow up with a lot of people, and some of these people aren't here anymore. I think about how, like, I'm living now, and I'm like, I could have been one of the dudes on the block to get gunned down, or, you know, it could have happened to me at any moment. So, of course, it weighs on you. Because I know I didn't anticipate making it this far. I was happy to go to college. I was happy to get my degree.
After getting their BAs, they went to law school at Duke and New York University, but left to pursue comedy just weeks before graduating.
We didn't want to be lawyers. We didn't have the passion to be lawyers.
They do have a passion to make folks laugh, though, and to realize that the American economy isn't booming for everyone.
But anybody who wants a job can get a job in America, right? We're at full employment.
I think
What are you laughing about?
I don't know if that's necessarily true. I don't know how they. And what kind of jobs are people getting? I mean, like that's basically what you're saying. Like, yeah, you may have a job, but it may not provide benefits. It may not provide a livable wage. I mean, I know a lot of jobs within the inner city is underemployment. Yeah. So you may have a job, but it's not enough to, you know, it's a job in name alone.
Has the inequality gotten worse since you guys were in Newark?
Well, I don't think the schooling system has improved much. Housing, I don't think has improved much. I don't know if wages have gone up, or if they have, it's been pretty.
Well, not faster than inflation.
Yeah, and then plus the recession hit Newark pretty hard, and we're still recovering from that now.
For the record, Newark's unemployment rate is 6.2%, nearly double the national average. And in-your-face economic inequality prevails across the country. Economics is what drew the Lucas brothers to campaign for Bernie Sanders in 2016.
He's dope. He's very dope. He's the dopest dude I know.
Bernie Sanders was offering a different message, and I think it's a message that counteracts the extreme cutthroat capitalism. I don't know if any of his policies were even practical, but it was a message that I think needed to be heard.
And is heard in places like their native Newark.
Everything all right?
Everything's good, man.
Good, man. How you? I'm all right.
This is the other America, the one the Lucas brothers escaped.
Are they rehabilitating? Yeah, they are.
But it's a whole nother environment over on once you cross Clinton Avenue.
To the Lucas brothers, their cousin and his neighbors are at the mercy of economic policies that could have been, could be otherwise.
A lot of people don't really take into account state policies or city policies that keep African Americans sort of in this, or poor people in general, in a sort of a, what do you call it, like a system of systemic or generational poverty. Generational poverty, like the housing policies in the 60s and 70s, it really forced blacks to sort of stay in this area, and they couldn't get out. And then you deprive people of wealth, so you can't even build your own wealth. So you're just stuck in an area where not only are there no jobs, but you can't build wealth. And so what do? And if enough groups across the country are stuck in a similar situation, blacks, whites, Latinos, if enough groups are stuck in that situation, there's only going to be one option, and that's rebellion.
And that point of view underpins the dark humor of Keith and Kenny Lucas.
We hope to make the 34, but we got to get our younger brother shot. It's a dog-eat-dog world.
For the PBS NewsHour, this is economics correspondent Paul Salman reporting from Newark, New Jersey, and the Comedy Cellar in New York City.
Thank you, guys.
And you can see the Lucas brothers on their Brick City tour with shows in Philadelphia this weekend and across the country starting in January.